Alright, here's a reverse turning project I'm going to show you how to make on the lathe. Pretty fun project. The level of difficulty here is a little bit higher, so I start off with four blocks of wood that are as square as I can get them. I spread some glue on those, and then they're about 12 inches long by 1.5 inches square each piece, so there's 4 of them. I'm spreading some glue on the 2 pairs, and then I'm going to put a piece of just regular printer paper between those. And you can't really spread the glue on the paper very easy, so I just spread it on the blocks of wood, lay those down, use some nice parallel clamps to clamp that up nice. Wouldn't be a bad idea to dry fit those first without the paper or the glue, just to make sure they're going to fit nice. Let those sit overnight. I can tear off the extra paper and clean off any extra glue. It makes it a lot easier to do that now instead of later. Then I'm going to run those across the joiner. After they dry, I'm just going to pick my best face there, and I'm going to join each pair just one time on the joiner just to clean up that face. I'm only removing about 1/16 of an inch here, and that will give me a nice surface to re-glue these. If you need to, you could sand them a little bit too, just so they're nice and flat. So then I'm going to spread some more glue on the 2 pairs, and then attach another piece of printer paper. So that's my next joint. Rip off that extra piece, clean off the glue. Now I'm going to joint, wait after 24 hours, I'm going to joint one of those faces, and then I'm going to plane the other. So I'm trying to get this block of wood square now. So this should be square on all 4 surfaces now, and should be nice and cleaned off, ready for the lathe at this point. So take your time here, make sure that they're all square. Remove it from both sides so the blocks of wood remain square as well. I'm going to attach a faceplate, so I just picked a small faceplate for a small mini lathe, and then I put it on there and I just turn the center. So notice that the ends are still square. I need to have a profile there. There's a profile I used. You can use various different profiles. Now I'm going to take a flat, real sharp chisel. I only used a 1/2 inch chisel here, but you could do a little wider, might serve you better. So now I'm trying to break this right on the paper joint real carefully. And so essentially you're just ripping that piece of paper in half. And I'm just going on both pieces now, just real carefully trying to break that paper joint. If you did it right, it should only stick at the end where there was no paper. And you're just ripping that apart. Now I find the best way to do this next step is to glue them back at pairs of 2 again. If you try to glue all 4 pieces together at once, it just doesn't seem to line up as well or go as well. So there you have it. I've now glued them back together in pairs, flipped the inside corner to the outside, and after that dries, I sand it, and then I glue the 2 pairs together. So there's quite a process. This is a project you do when you're working on other things as well. So now I've mounted the faceplate, and I'm getting ready to turn this. I just take the round nose bit. I sharpened it quite a bit during this whole project, probably at least 3 times. And I'm trying to do a shear cut, so going in an angle. I prefer the round nose because it has less surface area, seems to cut really good. In the middle there, you're not going to get very clean shavings because there's that gap between the pieces. So your shavings in the middle are going to be a lot smaller chips around the end. Hopefully you'll have some real shavings there. So a little faster speed now, especially in the middle. The speed's going to be a little bit faster just because you don't kind of avoid some of the chipping the best you can. Almost every one of these are done. A little bit of chipping in the center where that no material in the center. So I just kind of hand sand that at the end. But overall, if you have a nice sharp tool and you're doing a shear cut, you don't usually get too much treatment. You'll keep your speed up a little bit, in the middle especially. Just kind of surfacing, rubbing around in the end. Watch out for your screws on the other end. You have to be careful not to hit your screws. Because they are kind of close to the edge. So I didn't edit this out. I just sped it up a little bit just so you can see this process. Some people enjoy seeing my process. Some people can do it without it. So I just kind of see the paper just getting smaller and smaller. If you have some gouges, you can do it a little bit more sanding. The sanding is a little bit easier on the hollow spot in the middle than the tool is. But I just try to do really light cuts, just trying to shave a little bit off. But the issue I see the most with lathe turners is they don't put their knuckle up against that tool rest, and that prevents them from having the control they need. At this point, I screw a sacrificial board to the bottom just to help me hold it while I drill the hole in the top. This part isn't very pleasant. Just kind of go easy, kind of a little bit higher RPMs, but not pushing very hard here. And I'm just trying to chip away at the top. You could use a hole saw bit. I'm using a fairly sharp Forstner bit here. And because it's end grain, this isn't very easy. So you just kind of take your time, work at it slowly. And then I kind of file the inside, so if there's any pieces left, you can file them. You can use a spindle sander if you have access to that, just trying to sand the inside a little bit to make it a little cleaner. Clean it up. Sand the end a little bit. That's what it should look like in there. Apply a finish, a couple coats, and then presto, you can put some flowers in there. This makes a great Mother's Day gift or something like that.